Okay, so today we're going to draw a chameleon. And to draw our chameleon, we will start, I'm using a marker. You can do a pencil or a marker. We're going to start with his eye, and we're going to put it here so you can see my paper. We're going to put it right about here. A circle with a dot. So there's his eye. And then for his face, we're going to do a backwards C, but we're going to make it a little bit pointy because their noses are kind of pointy. So here's his face. All right, and his mouth, and they kind of go down a little bit, chameleons do. All right, so now for the body, we're going to start here at the top of his head, and we're going to draw a big, sort of like another gigantic letter C, starting here across his back, comes down around towards the bottom of my paper, and then close to the edge like that. Okay? Now we're going to do his front leg. It's kind of like a human arm, and with pointy hands. So come down here, go across, give him some pointy hands, pointy fingers, and then back. It's okay if your line is wiggly. It doesn't have to be perfect. So there's his leg, his front leg. All right, to draw the back leg, we're going to do it kind of like we did the letter C, only it's a little bit bigger. So we're going to draw his beginning of his back leg like that. And then we'll get him some pointy claws. All right, so finish out his leg. We're going to draw a little heel. And then we're going to draw a line kind of towards the curve and stop. And then finally, to finish it out, do a parallel line parallel to this one. And we'll stop. So there's his back leg. So now we're going to draw his belly and the rest of his tail. We want to be sure to not draw over these legs here. So we're going to start here and draw behind these legs. So we start and stop. His belly comes around here, and then his tail comes here, and it gets skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and skinnier as we get to the point. All right, so he got a tiny little whippy point there of a tail. Now to add some details, we're going to draw tiny zigzags along the top of the head and the back here. So we're going to start right, kind of right past his eye about here, and we're going to end up down around there. So we're just going to draw some zigzags. They don't have to be perfect. Zigzag all the way down to his tail. It's smaller, 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 smaller. All right. And on his, we're going to draw a line under his chin and his belly to add his kind of a belly line. And again, we want to hop over the legs we don't want to draw over our legs. And go kind of here. We're going to kind of get it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Kind of like that. So his belly side. To add the final touches, we're going to make some small lines along this ridge here. So we want to kind of go along and draw some lines in there just to add good detail all the way down. And then let's see, what else do we want to add to him? Get our lines in here. And then we're going to add some stripes here. So we're going to start about here. We're going to add some curved, spiky lines across the top. Going across our chameleon to kind of curve him. And they can be different sizes. Kind of get big and then get smaller as they go closer to his tail. So as they come around the back side, we make them a little smaller as we get around here. And then we're going to finish out the tail with some curved lines. Okay, so I'm just going to go around and finish out his tail. And I'm going to get him a little, there we go. All right, and then around, let's see, we need to have something on his face. We're going to put these little, like they have, a lot of times they have spots, so it's so big, small little spots. I'm going to make his eye, just make it a little darker. And then we need him sitting on something. Looks like he's sitting on a branch. So let's make a kind of like a tree branch that's kind of going underneath him. So I'm going to make a tree branch, kind of go like this. Remember, again, you don't want to go over the chameleon. So here's my tree branch. I'm going to make some wiggly lines for the tree. There's a knot in the tree branch. Some lines for my tree. Okay, so there's my chameleon. Now at this point, you can use markers, or you can use watercolors or colored pencils, however you want to add color to your chameleon. And I can't wait to see it.